In China, it's a taxi. In the USA, it's built for speed. In Europe, it goes off-road, across difficult terrain. The bike is so many things to so many people. And modern bikes seem to be getting lighter and stronger and faster all the time. So how does good old-fashioned handcrafting combine with modern materials to make the ultimate bike? How do they do it? But although the bike may be designed in California, it's actually built in Taiwan. Taiwan is one of the world's leading bike manufacturers, producing over 5 million of them every year. Despite the scale of production, producing a bicycle remains a skilled craft. Almost every stage of the process is done by hand. And it all starts with these aluminium alloy tubes, which are destined to become super strong, super light bike frames. First, they need to be cut to length. But the problem with round aluminium pipes is that although they're light, they're also weak and easily bent. So the tubes have to be strengthened. And this is how they do it: by squashing and bending them. This turns the tube's profile from a circle into an ellipse. It's a shape that's significantly stronger along its vertical axis. Heating and rapid cooling then further increases the metal's tensile strength. To make the frame stronger still, the tubes are joined together using a technique called mitering.
Mitering is a process by which a round tube has a contour applied to it so it will mate closely with a tube it's to be welded to. If you have a flat edge on a tube, when you apply a weld to the tube, the weld won't be strong enough.
The tubes are fitted together and held in place with a few spots of welding. The frames are then passed on to the master welders for the real deal. The most critical weld is the joint between handlebars and suspension. This is the area of the bike that takes the most pressure. So far, so good with the frames. But one part of the bike takes even more punishment than the frame: the wheels.
It's really important to have a good wheel on a bike. It needs to be able to be straight and strong. For obvious reasons, you don't want a wheel falling apart.
Mountain bikes in particular need exceptionally strong wheels, and here they claim to make the strongest in the world. To make the sturdiest mountain bike wheel involves surprisingly delicate components and nimble fingers. Lacing the wheel's support structure, the spokes, is a job exclusively performed here by women. The key to the wheel's strength is not heavy metal, but rather achieving a perfect balance between the tensions in each fine steel spoke. This requires 3 machines. The first holds the wheel in a horizontal position and tightens the spoke's screws. The second machine relieves any unequal tensions. And the wheels then roll down to the third machine, which checks that the tensions are now balanced. Finally, each wheel is checked by eye to make sure it spins true. Elsewhere in the factory, the other parts of the bike are added to the frame. And again, it's too fiddly for robots. The pedals are attached. The chain links are joined together. The grips are eased on. Finally, the bike is complete.
Well, amazingly enough, a bike comes off the assembly line here every 2 to 3 minutes.
So, for all the new technology which goes into making modern racing or mountain bikes, they still have much in common with their predecessors. It still takes a human to pump those pedals, and it still takes the skill and dexterity of craftsmen and women to make a bike.